Hello and welcome to Bladed Articles. Today for you guys I have got a Fox knives, and this is a Fox Nauta in black. And just a brief overview of the box. It comes obviously with the Italian flags there and with the security seals on either side, along with the legit code as well. And this was purchased from Heine Haynes over there. I'm not sponsored, just throwing that out there as well. So I bought this with my own money. And let's have a look, see what goodies are inside. So you get some paperwork, which is the warranty, as you can see. So you get a year limited warranty from the original end user purchasing date. And then here, I wish I knew about this sooner. So for everybody who wants to try and sharpen one of these themselves and they don't know the angle, you can either use a Sharpie, which is what I did, luckily, because it's saying between 10 and 20 degrees. That's what I believe this comes from the factory. Anyway, on to the actual knife itself. You get a nice little baggie here, and here we have the knife. So this is coming in at $49.95 from Heine Haynes, and you get what you see here and obviously what I've just showed you in the package. So you do get a nice little leather lanyard on it. I have double knotted it because the single one just kept coming loose, and this gives me more of a grip to pull out of my pocket or my caddy. And the scales are coming in at my Carter black, and as you can see, they aren't all like, it's not exactly black, so you know, compared to the box, you know, it's got loads and loads of light spots, etc. And other Makata scales that I've seen, you know, maybe I'll try dyeing these ones and seeing what happens, you know, get a true black from it. But that's for a later date, I would say. But you can see all the layers within on there. As you can see, they're all sort of layered up in different colours, which Makata is. Anyway, on to the second point, which is the carry style. And obviously, because there is no pocket clip, you only get a lanyard hole on there. As you can see, you get a, yeah, that's all you get. So I had this in a caddy, and it did fall out a number of times, but that was because I didn't have the leather caddy that I've now got a couple of. So I recommend getting one of these if you don't want to carry it in your pocket. So you can just bosh it straight in there, and then it's not coming out for, you know, unless you give it a good tug, like so. But that's what I would recommend, because this did fall out of my caddy whilst I was at work, and I lost it for about half a day, and I was getting a bit worried at where it was, because I thought it was by the side of a road when I got into my car, but in actual fact it was in the car. So got a little bit lucky there. But I will be using probably mostly leather caddies from now on, but it depends on if they've got pocket clips or not, you know, swings and roundabouts, you know. So the steel is coming in at something called 420 stainless steel, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. It's been very horrible to me, and I don't know if that's, you know, aimed at me personally, but no, I'm just joking. So this is 420 stainless steel, and it's been an absolute nightmare to work with. I've used it for a week straight, pretty much, you know, by that half a day, etc. But I've sharpened it twice in that time, in a week, and the first time I sharpened it was because it was not sharp out of the box. So take what you will with that, but it hasn't lasted me long. The edge retention on it hasn't been so good for me. I've only been cutting, you know, boxes, paper, a little bit of cabling, foam, shaving a little bit of wood, but it's, you know, that's, I've been putting it through its paces, but it's not been anything different to what all the other knives have been through. So it's just a bit naff in my books, in my experience. I mean, if you've got any other experience with it, please drop it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, on to the next point, which is the centering, and it is smack dab in the center, which we all love to see. And I will just measure the cutting edge for you. Heine say it is coming in at 7.2 centimeters. We shall hold them to that, and let's have a looky. And that's coming in at, I do believe, 7.2. Another quick looky. Yep, smack bang, 7.2. And open length, you are looking at 18.5 centimeters, and close length, you are looking at, whoa, smack on 4 inch. That's just a little bit over 10 centimeters for you there. And the screw size, I have had a brief look at them already, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, which are, I think this one, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are all coming in at a T6. And then you've got one on the pivot just on this side here, and that is coming in at a T8. So T6, T8, and you will need 2 tools for the sides, because you've got them on the sides on each side, apart from the pivot. Anyway, on to the logos, and unfortunately it's not exactly a logo. It is, however, their name, Fox Nauta, and that is the Fox logo. As you can see, it's just the Fox Nauta, and that's it. There is nothing else on there. Nice and plain and simple. And the hair pop, which is not going to happen at all, because this thing is just so dull at the minute. You know, this is the last day of using it, which is Friday, and it's yeah, it's naff. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I've had nothing but troubles with it. It's crap. And compared to all of the other steels that I've got, I don't know why. It's the worst steel I've had. But I'll probably get it sent off to get sharpened, you know, professionally. I'll probably send it off to leading edge knife works, and they can, you know, put a nice perfect edge on it for me, and I'll see how that fares compared to my sharpening skills. Anyway, I mean, it's not as good as theirs, but you know, all my other knives haven't really complained, and they've been through exactly the same as what this one has been. So yeah, it is what it is, and I think that lets it down, to be honest. Overall, that is what's letting it down, is the steel. And the build quality is absolutely, you know, it's 99% there. It's really darn good. And I'll just give you a size comparison, and there's the new one to the family, the Kaiser TI zip slip. And as you can see, probably cutting edge wise, probably the closest is the proper. Yeah, probably the proper is the closest cutting edge wise, and then width wise, you're probably going closer to the Opinel. It's yeah, it's quite a tank. along with the blade as well. It's a beefy UK legal, and if you're after a beefy UK legal, maybe this is one for you. But like I said, it's the steel that's letting it down. I know I keep banging on about it, but that's the only thing that's stopping me from saying go and buy one now, you know, because the build quality is, you know, phenomenal. It's look at that, it's absolutely perfect where those liners and that back spring is. It's just undetectable almost. The only niggle I had was, obviously you can see the little gaps here on either side, but that's because of that liner lock, or that liner lock. Forgotten the name straight away. What is it? Spring bar? The spring. We'll call it the spring. I know it's not a spring, but we'll call it the spring. But as you can see, it does lift up quite high. Where's the highest point? About there. And then it does recess back in once you close, and same when you open it. And also just on the inside here, as you can see, just where the liners are, the scales are hanging over, and that's on both sides, and also at the top there as well. That's just me being, you know, pedantic about it, I suppose. But the main thing with this is that that steel is really naffed me off. Everything else I don't really have a complaint with. Those obviously little things that I've just showed you were just little things that I'm more than happy to deal with, apart from you expect a knife, you know, to do the job of being a knife, and if it can't do that, I mean, look, it's not even nothing. Yeah, it is what it is, and I think it's a bit much for $49.95. I'm going to be honest, now that I've used it, I think it's a bit much in terms for that steel. Build quality, all day I'd happily pay 50 quid for that build quality, like, not a problem there. But that still is no good for me. But yeah, anyway, take what you will out of this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've watched so far, I know it's been a slightly longer one, so thank you very much for that, and I'll see you on the next one.